Hey everybody, it's Karen Anderson here with Aortic Hope for our week in review. Although in the month of December, week in review is all about the 31 days of hope and joy. So there's really not that much informational posts that we're actually reviewing. But before we get started and we have a little bit of fun with this, I'm going to ask you to please click like, click subscribe, follow us, click that bell so that you're notified every time we go live, because we don't only go live for obviously things like this once a year. We also go live every single Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern, typically to review all of our social media posts and give you an opportunity to banter with us and give us your opinions, your thoughts, questions, etc. We also go live when we have some very brave souls who want to do their survivor stories and share it live with you so that they can also take some questions from you. And we have a lot of incredible speakers lined up for the beginning half of 2024 already. I mean, these slots are filling up very quickly, and we want you to have an opportunity to talk with these clinicians, talk with some attorneys who specialize in the disability process, etc. So you gotta click that subscribe button or you're gonna not know. You're going to miss it. And then you're going to write me and say, how do I get in on this? And I'm going to say, click the button. So just go click the bell now. And we appreciate all of your likes, especially your shares, because that enables other people within the community to find us. And our goal is to reach 1,000 followers by the end of 2023. We're seeing that start to uptick. So if I've got to keep making some crazy, funny videos, I will, but I could really use your help. So go ahead and click that like and follow, and let's get started on the 31 days of hope and joy. Not sure if anybody's going to join us today, but that is perfectly okay because I've got you, Joshua, who can go
Yay,
over
me.
answers. Yay, you. All right, so let's talk about the day 11. On the 11th day of December, the question was, what quote makes you feel hopeful? Quote makes you hopeful. Well, I will tell you who won from Facebook, and that was Diana DePlato. And she said, if you're always trying to be normal, then you will never know how amazing you are. And that was from Maya Angelou. I like that quote. I like a lot of her quotes, actually. I like one. How does it go? Let me see. Um, I like the one, it's not about if the glass is half empty or half full because it is refillable. That's how I feel. I
Okay.
feel every day. Do you have one?
Um, I'm gonna go with a Bruce Lee quote.
Sure, go ahead.
Be like water, right?
Still.
So, like the whole point of being like water is it goes around things, it consumes things, right? It doesn't just, it's not
Mm-hmm.
like a rock. It's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in martial arts, very often, if you're running into somebody who's as fast or as strong as you are,
Mm-hmm.
you have to think about how can I overcome this. And if you're butting heads with them and you're just kind of ramming knees together when you're kicking, or you're both ducking at the same time to shoot in and try to take somebody down, then you're mirroring your opponent or what have you. And water doesn't really do that. Water goes
Right.
around things, and then it drowns
Okay.
them. So
Okay.
be like
That's
water
uplifting. Be like water and drown them. No kidding. Well,
with
we
talent.
we at Aortic Hope, we often say don't just survive, strive to thrive. So that's another one.
Yeah, I like that one. Where did
Just
that come from?
I think it's a play on another quote. I think that somebody with Pumphead um probably heard a quote and then we kind of repositioned all the words and it just made more sense that way. That's kind of what I think. Combination of lots of little different ditties.
A
So
buddy of
quotes are
mine,
good.
he once used to write down all of the quotes in all of the books that he wrote. And one
Mhm.
day, like he just like put this notebook in front of me. And I mean, he had quotes from like 50 different books, and that notebook was full. And he's like, I'm working on a second notebook now. And decades later I looked at him and was like, that would have been a killer Twitter account.
Yeah, just quotes.
Just
Quote of the
quotes.
day. Well, people can come on to our Facebook page every morning at 6 a.m. Eastern. They'll find a new quote. It is amazing when I go on there or Instagram and I read the quote of the day. It just never fails. I need that quote. It's good. It's good stuff. It's good. You may not even know that you need it, but it'll come in handy at some point towards the end of the day. You'll realize you needed that quote. All right, let's move on. Let's go to day 12. Okay, day 12. It was National Poinsettia Day. So, what flower makes you feel hopeful or joyful? I will tell you that the winner of that day was Johnny Parrish, and the daisy really makes him get all the feels because it was his younger sister's favorite flower, and she unfortunately passed when she was 6 years old. So, he loves daisies. And me, I love hydrangeas. I really do. But my favorite is I have a couple favorite flowers. So I love hydrangeas. It's my mom's favorite too, and I love um, peonies. I love peonies. To me, it's just like a really nice big fluffy rose. But I also like, oh gosh, what is it called? It's the flower of Hawaii. I think it begins with a G. Yeah, no. It's five big petals, and I can't think of what it's called, but it's pretty well known in Hawaii, and I have no blazing idea what it is. But those are my favorite flowers. Do you have any flowers?
What's the one that is like it's like a tree and then it has like the things on it and you only need like 3 pieces of ice cubes to water it? Something like that.
Good. I don't
I
know.
don't know. But
Sounds good.
that's my favorite kind of flower.
Okay. Because I'll
Like,
kill a succulent. I'll kill a cactus. I find a way to murder all those
oh
plants.
man, a cactus. In North
Yeah.
Carolina,
Yeah.
this would be the first time that I would have an office that wasn't in a basement, right?
Okay.
Because IT consulting. And they were going to put me in like the back room close to the owner. And I went, "Listen, I've never had a window. Can I get that front window over there?" And they thought I
Mm-hmm.
was crazy. I was like, "No, it'd be great to be able to look outside during the day. I feel like that's something I've never been able to do and,
Uh-huh.
all of my existence as a worker." And so they
Mm-hmm.
laughed at me and they went ahead and let me set my desk up there. And then I came in the next day with a little cactus called Senor Poke, and I put him in the window. And I was like, "How often do I have to water this thing?" And my boss
Yeah.
at the time just started laughing at me, and she's like, "You're gonna kill a cactus. You're you're gonna kill it." I was like, maybe.
Yep. Yep. Cactus. Yeah. Not thinking you're watering that very often.
No idea.
Yeah. Because it's like in the desert and they don't get a lot of water, right? So you wouldn't have to water it often.
Maybe. I know next to nothing about these things.
I
I
know
think I think my
absolutely nothing.
favorite plants are plastic plants.
Absolutely. Because you can't kill them. That's so true. All right. Well, I think that's an interesting one to think of flowers that make you feel hopeful and joyful. When we first came up with that question, we were like, that just seems so bizarre. But for National Poinsettia Day, to me, it made sense because it's not something we often think about. And then when you start to think about things, then you start to feel happy, right? It's kind of interesting. Or at least you can laugh about the fact that we prefer plastic flowers over real ones. Yeah.
Also, I'm not allergic to plastic flowers.
Bingo. There's another reason for plastic flowers. All right. That was day 12. Okay. Day 13. Day 13. What family tradition brings you joy? And our winner was Lexi Williams, and her family tradition was just being together, just making sure they make time to be together. I'm trying to read my handwriting, which is, I didn't have my glasses on, so it's looking pretty murky, but I do see being together. So for her family tradition is being together. For my house, and I don't have the pictures in front of me, we have been taking my son, who is 5 years older than my niece, and we've been taking them to get family photos since she could sit upright on her own. So it's many years, like almost 19 years, 18 years. And, you could tell in the early years, like the very first, it was really cute. My kid was really into it. She was a baby, she didn't know. And then you get to like right about where she's 5 to 7 and he's, 10 through 12. And like they're just like, do we really have to touch each other? Do we have to stand near each other? This is annoying. And like the teen years on the chalkboard where it says, how many more years do we really have to do this? And now it's 19 and 24 and they love it. And every year, we always say we can't come up with another idea, but we somehow outdo all the years. So this year, we got the kids matching pajamas. So first they took their individual photos, really nice and serious, and then they got into their pajamas. And my brother-in-law, we got him a costume as a rabbi, and so he was Hanukkah Harry, and we took pictures with the three of them. But I think our favorite was during COVID, where we got them hazmat suits, disposable hazmat suits, and masks, and we were outside and we took their pictures that way because, you know, what else would you wear during COVID? You'd wear masks. So that's what we did. And so the combined picture of the two of them is no face. It's just masks. Um, yeah. So we've dressed them in 50s outfits and taken them to a diner. And last year my son was Elvis and my niece was Tinkerbell, like some of the favorite things of my mom's. And we've done old time photos. What's the word? Not reincarnate. What's the word?
Recreated?
Thank you. Bingo. We recreated photos. One when he was a baby, we actually had him hanging from suspenders from a rope overhead, looked like he was hanging in the sky like laundry. So we created that as a grown man with a beard. And my niece created a picture she did. And then my sister and I got into my bathtub at my house and we recreated a photo when we were younger in a bathtub with baby dolls. So we definitely can get into it sometimes, and then she and I will jump in once in a blue moon to surprise, you know, my parents and now my mom. So that's one of my favorite traditions every year.
I'm gonna go with Chinese food on Christmas.
Abso-freaking-lutely. Every year, like every good Jew, that's what we're gonna do too. Well, that's just not just the Jewish thing, yes, but we will be having Chinese food and a movie on Christmas.
Yeah,
Amen.
my mom would she would give up doing things like cooking turkeys twice a year. I don't remember
Yeah,
what year, but then eventually she was just like, something has to be open for delivery,
yeah,
and it became Chinese on Christmas, which is for me perfect because
yeah. It's
it's
awesome.
wonderful. It's exactly what I want. I want to eat a
Yeah,
bunch of noodles and then crash and take a nap.
it's the
Yeah.
best. It is absolutely the best. I'll cook on Christmas Eve. I am cooking. When I cook, it's good. I just don't like it. I don't like it, but I'm
Is
gonna
it
do
the
it.
cleaning or is it the cooking?
No, because if I cook, he cleans. Absolutely. I just leave it
Interesting.
all in the sink and he will take care of everything before we even eat. It's just sometimes my back hurts and then it's like for me when I cook, by the time I'm done, I'm not hungry anymore. I think it's I've been around all the food. I don't look at it like any art form. I look at it as a pain in the rear. Just the chopping and the dicing and the mincing and baking is the worst. I don't like making cookies or cakes. Ugh, brownies. I'll do a brownie, but the rest of it, it's just I don't know
Brownies.
why. I want to
Let's
find it fun.
let's
I
talk
don't.
about that real quick.
What?
So, a buddy of mine hands me a box of these like Kodiak high protein brownie mix. He's
Mhm.
like, these are good brownies. They taste good,
Okay.
and because they're like a protein thing, usually those things taste like not good or
Chalk.
what have
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And so on the box there, it needs 2 eggs and a teaspoon of water and a teaspoon of oil, which is like nothing, right?
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
then uh, somebody handed me a Girardelli dark chocolate brownie box,
Ghirardelli. Uh-huh.
whatever. I don't know how to say that
Right.
word. And it needs like
Ghirardelli.
a quarter of a cup of oil.
Yeah.
And I was like, how? How can these two things be so vastly different?
Because they taste vastly different.
Yeah, that those other ones are delicious.
Were the Kodiaks good?
I love them.
Oh, you do?
But also, like on the box, it says, you can also add to it like peanut butter, like during the mix
Mm,
process. And
mm.
so I would get those. You know how you have to stir them because they separate the
Yeah.
butter from the oil, and
Right.
it's super creamy. So I
Yeah.
would get those, and I would just kind of eat that like ice cream sometimes, just like 2 or 3 globs of that in a cup, and I would just like
Mm,
slowly eat that peanut butter. And I love that. Like I
mm.
just love that by itself. But when I added that to those
Yeah.
brownies, oh my goodness,
That's
just
interesting. I
out
mean,
of the
I'm
park
willing to
good.
give it a try. I like doesn't matter to me the brownie mix, but you got to make it, have to say it, in a Pampered Chef brownie tin, the pan. There's no other pan that actually makes it where it's perfectly crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. It's the best. It's like and their pan is every square is already cut. So it's like getting the end
Ah.
with every brownie is an end in and of itself.
Yeah,
It's
what
like
what is it with that? I love that. I love the
the
corners
end.
and I love the sides.
It's crunchy,
Yeah.
crunchy. You like the crunchy
Yeah.
part. So when you get a Pampered Chef brownie pan, every single brownie is an end. So
Interesting.
yeah,
Interesting. I'm gonna have to put
might have to
that
get
in
you
my
one.
Amazon thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have a Pampered Chef fundraiser,
Pampered
and
chef. We
yeah,
are?
yes, we always do. We have them a couple times a year.
Oh, I should pay more close attention to these things.
I know. I'll
Uh,
let you know when the next one is, and you'll order one.
Rob jumped in to say hi. Hi, Rob.
Hey, Rob. Oh God, poor
I know,
Rob's
right?
listening to me talk about how much I hate cooking.
That'll be good.
But it's just because I find it intimidating. I don't even like to hard boil an egg. I'm just very stressed out
No, no.
right
See,
now.
so hard boiling eggs, right? Like for a long time, that was like my go-to breakfast. Okay. And
Hmm.
I find that the easiest thing to do is to throw 3 eggs in the pot, set a
Hmm.
20-minute timer, like, and then when that timer goes off, I turn the oven off and I set a 5-minute timer, and then bam, hard-boiled eggs,
Okay. Okay.
right? And when I make steak with hard-boiled eggs, because that's my favorite dinner, like
Okay.
I do the reversed sear thing, so the steak goes in the oven for 25 minutes. So that 20 minutes, they're both cooking at the same time. And then I turn it off, then there's the 5-minute timer, and that's when the steak comes out. So in that same 25-minute window,
Your egg's gone. Right. It's
everything's all
good.
ready to go. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm,
All
mm,
right.
mm. Bachelor chow. Write that down.
Hmm. All right. Well,
Rob
that was
says,
day
I thought we
13.
got past that about you being hating cooking.
No, I get intimidated. I get intimidated, and yeah, I got so intimidated last minute to bring a dessert to our Hanukkah party last night that I just opted not to bring anything. I asked my sister, "Are you bringing anything?" And she said, "No, mom didn't ask." So I just
Wow.
skirted any opportunity to contribute whatsoever. My
So,
mom for Hanukkah dinner made. She goes to the Chinese restaurant and picks up all these wonton soup and some rice and stuff, and proceeds to tell them, I don't need any food because I'm making Chinese chicken. She tells this to the owners of the restaurant. And I'm sure they're thinking, what do you mean you're making Chinese chicken? Like you're in a Chinese food restaurant. What the hell do you think you're making? Which it's not. I mean, it's diced chicken, celery, onion, water chestnut, and then crunchy noodles, cream of mushroom soup, and you make a big mushy casserole with some slivered almonds and you cover it with some low sodium, like chicken broth, and it's delicious. But it's not Chinese chicken. We call it that, but it's she told
interesting.
them that. But it was
Interesting.
great. And she made Jewish apple cake that was amazing and chocolate chip mandel bread, which was amazing. Nope, I got out of cooking. Got out
Uh,
of it.
my brother got invited to a neighborhood party that I went
Yeah.
to, and it's one of those things where you bring something, and so my go-to is taco cheese dip, and
Mm-hmm.
so it's ground beef, taco seasoning, 2 cans of black beans, 1 can of the tomatoes, and then 2 jars of the Tostitos like mild cheese mix, and I put
Okay.
all of that stuff in an instant pot and bring that
Yeah.
there. And they plug it in and they heat everything back up. And I mean, I just watched people sitting around that little cauldron just, oh my God. But this is like, oh my God, we did so many bottles of wine later. And that's the other thing, like that goes well with
Mm-hmm.
wine because it's just what it
I
is.
like making meatballs, little meatballs with chili sauce and grape jelly. That's really good. In my crock pot, that's good too.
Rob says,
Yeah,
I'm
I
making,
get dreams of grandeur, but then I just no, like there's this thing I want to make where it's a little bit of like dough, like pastry dough, like you cut out circles and you put them in the cupcake tin, and you have to have very thinly sliced apples and you line that around, and it's like cinnamon and sugar, and it's like really light and flaky little apple crispy thingy. No, the idea of thinly shaving the apples or finding a machine to do, it's like I'm like, oh, it's too much work.
so
I don't want to.
Rob says, I'm making rustic French bread and sweet potatoes and pecans.
Like it's no big deal.
Yeah,
Oh, it's Monday. I'm just gonna make some sweet potatoes and pecans.
yeah, that's exactly it. That's it for Rob's got it. And then he says, your mom is hilarious.
She, it was so good. It was really, really so good. Not like pecans and sweet potatoes. You know what I'll be having tonight? I'm gonna go pick up like number 15 chicken souvlaki up the street from the Greek diner because that's delicious and I don't know how to make chicken on a stick. Don't even. It took all my years of my life before I learned that chicken souvlaki is basically it's a chicken kebab. Did not know this. Mm-mm.
There should be more meats on sticks,
It should be meat on the stick everywhere you go all the time.
right?
Okay.
You hear that, McDonald's?
Yes. The McCafe or something. What are they doing?
All right, nuggets on a stick would be banger.
It feels like it would be more healthy if it's on a stick, right?
Yeah, hope so.
But not. All right, we're moving on. We're moving on to question 14. Nuggets on a stick. All right, question 14. We wanted everybody to show us their favorite piece of Hope swag. So we got a lot of really great pictures, which makes me really happy that people have these items. And our winner was Cynthia Bolton. She loves her hoodie, her black hoodie with traditional logo. That's what she had. Yep.
Mine's the water bottle.
So
I use it every day.
you love your water bottle?
Yeah, I love it.
Mine is coming in the mail. So I have from one of our fundraisers. Unfortunately, this particular thing that I have is not in the shop, but it is a zip up hoodie that has the awareness ribbon and the full logo on the back. Both of those are in black on a gorgeous teal. What we do have in the shop that just arrived is a hoodie, it has a hood, sweatshirt, no zipper, with the big iconic heart in black right in the center. That blue, and it's got black hood, and the inside that teal. It's like so pretty. It's like a teal like
When's
this
it
color
coming?
teal. I think it arrived today.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't have it. It's with Terry. I got to meet her. Gives me a reason. She ordered it, so now I got to
Because
meet
you
up with
need
her
a
and get it.
reason to go meet up with Terry.
Hmm. Yeah, I got to go pick up my sweatshirt.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised you guys aren't attached at the hip by now.
Nah, she's a working woman. She's busy. She's got things to do during the day. So, yeah, I got chores and different things to do. So, yeah. So, speaking of Hope swag, you can always go to our Hope Shops area right here on our website, which is where I'm getting all this information from right now. And first of all, there's a ton of link to different things. But if we're specifically speaking about our spread shop, which has all of our clothing, all of our water bottles. We do have some things in our Teespring shop and our Cafe Press, but Spread Shop is where it's all about. That's where everything's going to be. And we're pretty good about if there's something that you want and you're not seeing it, a color combination, just shoot us an email. We'll look it up. We'll hook you up if we can do so. We will definitely do that. But you should take a look at that. And then that's where you're going to find everything from the ability to download and order books, your ability to order magnets, our seatbelt covers. Lauren's Hope is in there. I'll get you hooked up for that, where you can use our share sale link, which is working beautifully. And then there's always a discount. And if there isn't a discount code for some odd reason, all you need to do is pick up the phone, call Lauren's Hope. They'll hook you up with some kind of discount code. That's a little tidbit because they're awesome like that. But that's all in the Hope Shop.
Another tag for Lauren's Hope, by the way. Another tag.
Yeah.
Remember during their last outing with us when they showed up on YouTube, she said, it's like, when exactly do you have that conversation about having a medical alert bracelet?
Right.
Not during the alert, not, during the immediate recovery. And so we had some new people jump into the support groups 4 months out from diagnosis, or a couple weeks out from diagnosis. And we were talking about the help belts and the medical alert bracelets, and you could see on their face like, oh, absolutely. Oh, yes, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
And then John Brenny he just pulls his dog tag out. He's like, I take this with me everywhere. And so the other guy that was on there was like, oh, nice. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, So it's not just jewelry,
No, right.
Keep that in mind. You can they have some good masculine-esque things that are in there for us.
Yeah, they really do. They've got very sporty pieces, simple pieces that you could use on a what is it? Keychain, or like you were saying, dog tag. And all you need to do is, again, give them a call. They have a free shopping service. they'll walk you through everything if you start talking about what some of your interests are, and then they'll pull out the products that they think are going to suit you the best. But the best part of that is it's very overwhelming, I think, for people to figure out what they want to put on the back of their tag. You only have so many lines, so many characters, and they've become really well versed in the aortic community. And so they're there to help you for free to figure out the right acronyms that are medically accepted by first responders. And that's the key. That's the key. That's where you should feel confident, is working with them on that. And they
Yeah.
are actually going to be doing a live with us very soon in the first quarter of this. It's always a pleasure to have Tara Coleman, the executive vice president, on with us. She's a lot of fun. And there's usually a lot of giveaways, which is nice too.
Yeah, right on.
All
We should
right.
try to figure out how to make that very QVC-ish too. That would be fun.
Yeah, I'm totally into that.
Right?
Oh, you
Get some
mean like let
graphics
people make
going.
purchases right then and there?
Yeah, see if we could get that. That would be pretty interesting. That would be fun.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
Do like right there on screen, like let people make their, that would be fun. All right.
Have
We're
them
on that.
like
We're going to think about that.
forward the receipts so that we can call out their names and talk about what
Mm-hmm.
their orders
Purchase
were.
made.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
could
I
be
like it.
interesting.
Let's do that. We'll talk with them. We'll see what we can come up with. You're pretty good. You're the sorcerer. I trust you.
We'll see if that works.
Okay. Moving on. We're on to day 15. And day 15 is what holiday beverage brings you hope or joy? And our winner was Scott Benton. And he likes the punch that his wife makes. Is that what I put? Punch? No. Punch with yep, it is. It does say punch wife makes. Yes, he likes the punch that his wife makes. I can't read my handwriting. That's his favorite holiday beverage. I do not have one, although I tried Tuaca. Do you know what that is?
No.
So it's a liqueur. Um,
Explains why I
I
don't know
think
what it is.
it's kind of like spicy. It's, you'd have to look up what the flavors are, because I couldn't tell you, because it's probably been in this drawer my father has with a ton of little minis, a ton. And I saw there was some whiskey in there with honey. So we opened up both of those and we were just kind of like just tasting it. I'm sure Tuaca, not 30 years old, is probably really good. And you know how I feel about Fireball. Totally into Fireball and rum chata. It's so good. But my Secret Santa, our board member Bill Barnhart, sent me this great bottle of champagne with these, they're like fruit toppers. So you can pour these different flavored liquids on top of it in your champagne glass, kind of mix it up and swig it back. So I will be partaking in that. Probably on Christmas. I will just sit back after I have made on Christmas Eve, which is when we're going to do our turkey. I will just enjoy some tryptophan and try out some of that champagne with one glass. That'll be about it.
All right, so
that's
obviously
what we're doing.
the drink that brings me the most joy would be either hot chocolate or chocolate milkshakes, which I do my best to avoid. But if we're gonna go the alcoholic beverage, so far this year, I've done my best to try to just drink vodka martinis if I'm going to go out and drink. And there's a couple reasons for that. The first reason is a vodka martini should have 1.5 to 2 ounces, and it's the best value that you're going to get when you're ordering a drink. The second reason is olive juice and vodka. I don't know why that makes sense, but and not too dirty, right? Not like Christina Aguilera dirty, just like Britney Spears dirty. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just a little splash. And it takes out like whatever that flavor is. And if it's done just right, it goes down like water.
I don't like olives.
Everybody says that, and I hear you. But I don't like sugary drinks like in my alcohol.
I do.
And that becomes that becomes a thing.
I do, yeah.
I have a drinking buddy of mine. She can't have beer and she doesn't drink other things, so she's always drinking cider. Well, a couple weeks ago, we were at a party, and this guy was like, "I just invented a drink," and he put cider with cinnamon flavored either vodka or cinnamon flavored whiskey, and it made the drink taste like cinnamon apple pie.
Ooh.
Yeah, sounds yummy. We were floored. Now my brother, everybody takes a sip and they're all like, "Oh my God, this is great." Now my brother's always very late to these things. So he
Okay.
shows up and he mixes up his drink, and my brother like spits it out and pours it pours it out. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
"That's just way too sweet for me." Of course, my brother drinks
Okay.
beer, and he loves beer. He legitimately said, and I quote, "I just love the flavor of beer."
Yeah, I don't do that either.
Nope,
I did in
I
Desperate Days.
hate beer.
Yeah, no, to me it's gross. I mean, I think my favorite wine, I like sweet. So I love blueberry. Well, I like Zinberry. So it's by Bordy Vineyards out here in Maryland. And it's kind of like a Moscato slash Riesling mix. So but I call it, it's blueberry Moscato and it's delicious to me.
Mm.
I it's yummy. I
Yeah,
like it like
Moscato's
that.
really, really sweet. Rob says if you
Yeah.
like hot, Cajun martinis are the bomb.
I'm wondering, so what is in that? We need
No
to know.
idea. I'm curious, and let's hope he gets
We need
back
to
to us on
know.
what goes in
I
that.
did try a whiskey drink, and it had all this smoke, like they had smoked it
Mm,
and had a little bit of maple syrup and a cinnamon stick. And I didn't think I'd love it because I don't really love hard liquor, but when I sipped it, it just was with the big, huge ice ball, in it.
yeah,
It was really
I
good.
think I've had
It's
that.
good. It was delish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he says make the martini with pepper vodka, cayenne pepper. So
That's all you.
I guess like
That's
a
all you.
spicy hot. That's
Sneeze.
interesting. Abracio. One more. One more. Give me three. Give me three.
Yep, I only got two.
Come on, you
Only got
never
two.
give me the third one.
The other day was like 6. I was desperately gasping for air. I don't know what happened there, but all right. Well, you have to try that with the pepper, paprika, and you let me know
Yeah,
what
I'll have
that's
to see if
like.
I can remember that. That sounds interesting.
Okay. All right. That's day 15. Let's move on to 16. Okay. 16. What do we got here? Most difficult thing you ever wrapped, but it brought you joy. And I will tell you that. Who won that? Please tell me that I put a name. Nope. Totally missed that. I missed the name, but it was for a person's granddaughter's gift. And I forgot the name, sorry. But we did have a winner. I will tell you um, that the hardest gift I had to wrap. So Aortic Hope used to do a lot of gift wrapping with Barnes& and Noble pre-COVID. We did it for many years, and that was so much fun. What a great opportunity to have some awareness, talk to the community. I will tell you that you let anybody know that you're a health-related nonprofit, and they start telling you about gout, constipation, like all these things that you're just like, I'm so sorry. Sounds terrible. Has nothing to do with what you're trying to teach and educate them, but it's fun nevertheless. And people just loved hearing our stories, and we would get donations, and it would be great. Well, somebody came by who was across the street at the Home Depot and walked in with a drill. Ever tried to wrap a drill? It was not like a drill that was in a box. It was just, here's a drill. And
Wow.
I was like, where do we sell that here in Barnes and Noble? I don't recall seeing that on a shelf, but I wrapped it for the person anyway. And yeah, I was one of those, like, you're just holding the drill, like just holding it. I don't know. What's a drill look like? I
A
don't,
gun?
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I'm just like doing this. Right. Okay, how are you going to do it? You just kind of roll it all the way around. I put a bow on it. I mean, I did the best I could. That was pretty challenging. Bikes,
Yeah.
I would assume, are very challenging as well. I just slap a bow on it. Yeah.
My favorite way to wrap things is however Amazon sends it. In a box,
Yes.
bubble
Just
wrap,
leave it
good to go.
and wrap the box.
Although
I agree.
one of my clients sent me
Yep.
she sent me a gift, and she clicked the button for the gift wrap.
Uh-huh.
So I open up the box, and then there's a big giant bag, and I was like, that's adorable that you picked the option. But then I was like, Jennifer, don't do that. It's
What did they do?
already
Just put
wrapped.
it,
Yeah, it's like in a
they
big,
just,
it's a big giant bag with a drawstring on it inside of a
that's so
box.
silly.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's so silly. All
The
right.
thought was very endearing though.
That's very endearing, but yeah, that's weird. Okay. All right. Well, that is difficult thing to wrap. Kind of funny. Some people's answers were really very adorable, but let's move on to day 17.
And
All right.
who doesn't do the thing where you're gonna wrap it up like a giant dildo? You know what I mean? You haven't done that yet? You have to do this for your son. Listen, Like imagine two baseballs with a baseball bat, and you wrap that up and you send that just the way it is. And all of his roommates are going to be like, "What is your mom sending you?" Oh, I love that your face
This
is turning red.
week in review has taken an extremely bizarre turn. We might have to mark this one on YouTube
Nah, it's fine.
like R-rated.
It's fine. Talking about guns and
Um,
dildos. This is America.
I'm not even going to say that word. Thank you. Day 17, Joshua. Day 17 was yesterday. It was National Maple Syrup Day. So, what breakfast food brings you joy? We did not pick a winner because that darn elf named Terry forgot to pick the winner, but she's going to pick two winners. And they'll be listed tomorrow. But if I had to pick breakfast food that brings me joy when I'm on vacation, I love having chocolate chip pancakes and throwing a little bit of sliced strawberry on top. Yes. Only eat chocolate chip pancakes when I'm on vacation, and usually only once, but I got to get it like once. I love chocolate chip pancakes. It's vacation food. It's
That
like
is
Pavlov's dog.
that is my go-to order when I go to IHOP. I mean, that's what I want to order. But
Yeah.
every time I get there and I look at it and then I remember that we're talking about IHOP sends you three giant pancakes. I'm
Oh,
like, that's
yeah.
just too many. And then I just get a Belgian
Yeah.
waffle and I'm good to go.
Yeah.
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 And I
I
love
hear that.
those. I just,
Yeah.
it's like dessert for breakfast, no matter how you spin it.
And dessert for breakfast or breakfast for dinner, it's always good. It's
Right?
always good. It's totally good. So good. Rob's probably sitting there like, this is, it's, what are you,
No, he
what?
says family favorite, chocolate chip pancakes.
Chocolate pan. They are. They're just so good. And I'll even have like one egg on the side or something just so that I know I ate something really that was, good. But chocolate chip pancakes are super, super good.
So sweet though, too. That's just like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Mm. When I was pregnant, I would have to go to IHOP and I would get their Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity back when that's what it was called. They don't call it that anymore. I would get the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity and I would ask for what pickles. I would have one pickles on the side
What?
because I loved scooping up maple syrup with pickles and just oh my god, they were
What?
so good. You're not a female,
How
you don't
pregnant were
understand.
you during this? What are we talking about?
Oh, for sure, second, third trimester. I would just I would go to restaurants and ask for balsamic dressing. It became very popular back in 99. Like everybody started serving balsamic. Nobody served it before. So I would just go and just get dressing and a baked potato and that would be my dinner. But when I would go out, I would have to have Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity. And I'd have to take the pickles and swipe them and the waitress would be just staring at me. But it was God, it was so good. Oh God.
Mm.
I could just eat that all day. Just a bunch of pickles slathered in maple syrup. Eh, His cravings are real.
Pickles
It's a real
and
thing.
maple syrup. Wow, wow, wow.
That and I wanted green vegetables. So I didn't want to really eat a lot as much as I wanted because my Crohn's was at bay. Because when you're pregnant, for some reason, it just went away. But I could have just eaten broccoli. Like give me a head of broccoli, some pickles, and maple syrup, and just so
So,
good.
so your Crohn's just takes a breather while you're
Yeah.
pregnant and you didn't have
Yeah.
like 10 kids?
A lot of people find that when they're pregnant, they feel the healthiest. I think maybe because part of your colon gets kind of stretched. Well, everything gets moved. I mean, a lot of your intestines go up in your upper chest cavity. It pushes everything up, but it's just something I think all the extra
Yeah,
immunity, your immune system gets boosted and for whatever reason, it definitely took a
very
back seat.
interesting.
Yeah, it was the healthiest I had felt.
Molly
Yeah.
says hi. Hi, Molly.
Hey, Molly, do you want some pickles and maple syrup?
Right?
Ah, it's
So
good
Rob
stuff.
says his anniversary is on New Year's Eve, working on number
Oh, happy
45.
anniversary.
So
Oh, happy anniversary.
I
That's
said,
great.
I said plans, and he said pink champagne and caviar.
No, I was going to ask, I think you should go on vacation.
Right? He's not
Take a
done with
trip.
that yet. He's not done with that yet. His wife, Mindy, she's already talking about what the next thing is going to be.
I get it. I get it. I totally get it. I live for those vacation days. I really do.
I'm still taken aback about the cost savings of the replacement cruises.
You mean when they like you just do it one way? Oh yeah, when they're like changing out the
Repositioning, yeah,
boats.
repositioning, yeah.
Yes, yeah. Oh yeah, so inexpensive. It's that's nice. My parents used to do them all the time. Fly to one destination and then do the repositioning back to the
Oh
next
man,
port. Yeah.
they had 16 days on the boat. Ah,
Yeah. Nice, right?
not
I
bad at
know.
all. Good job, Rob.
Yeah. Hey, Rob, I'd love to see, just throwing it out there, for our next cooking demonstration. I'd like it to be cooking demonstration around the world, Not
Hmm.
do anything too obnoxiously funky, but like have an Italian day or Mediterranean Greek day, have a Mexican day, have an
Mm.
Asian flair day of when you're cooking different meals. Oh, I think that'd be so yummy. Yeah. Just
Right?
just my 2 cents. Doesn't mean much. I'm just a participant.
Oh, I'm sure
It
he's
just,
always looking for ideas.
yeah,
I think that's
just
part of the
throwing it
problem
that
with
way.
having all of the stuff in your head. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, he could just probably stand next to a kitchen and go, "What do we have?" And then throw together
Yeah.
something amazing.
But just grab like 3 ingredients. Next thing you know, you're having a 10-course meal.
Yeah, Rob.
I'd be still staring at them after we're all eating. Like, it's peanut butter. I don't know what to do with peanut butter.
It goes in a bowl with a
There's that
spoon.
egg. Right? It goes with the peanut butter, goes in brownies. Oh, there's no chocolate. Guess we're not having that. Do anybody have any jelly? That would be me. I can make a mean peanut butter and jelly. I won't eat it because, when people make you PB&J, it tastes so much better than when you make it for yourself. That's hands down a fact. Absolute fact.
Right?
Absolute.
So Molly
Total
says,
fact.
"Happy birthday to Mindy." I'm hoping that today is her birthday. Happy birthday, Mindy.
What? Did I miss this? Hold on. Hold
Don't
on.
know.
How would that be possible? Like, my trusty Facebook should have told
Unsure.
me. Well, you know what? I'm checking right now. Just like you check things really fast, I'm checking.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
I can
He's
swipe really
Rob
fast.
just said, yeah, it's
It
Mindy's birthday
is.
today.
It's Mindy's
Yeah.
birthday today. Happy
Yay,
birthday,
Mindy.
Mindy. Yay. Hope you're enjoying your day.
Right?
And then she's smart too, because then she's got like to wait 2 weeks and it's her anniversary. Smart. I did my birthday 2 days before my anniversary, so I was smart too. Well, I mean, let me
Hilarious.
flip that. I did my anniversary 2 days after my birthday. I was smart with that. Oh, speaking of which, because I just said reverse it, made me think of Wonka. If you get a chance, you should see the movie Wonka. I
Yeah,
really
you
liked
did
it.
say
I
you were
didn't
gonna
really.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really, I had no idea that it was a musical. Why? I don't know why. I didn't think about that considering the other two were music related. That was dumb of me. So it started and it was really great. I'm old school, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I can appreciate Johnny Depp, but that is a weird movie. My son loves it. My niece loves it. That is their day. They're like, this is the only good Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movie. I'm like, you're crazy. Everybody has to be forced to sit through the song Cheer Up Charlie, which is my least favorite part of the original. But this one, it was very good. I really, really, really liked it. I
All
liked
right,
it a
that's
lot.
interesting.
Yeah. But I also
Like the
liked
feedback.
Leave the World Behind. And I'm weird too. So it doesn't matter. But that was also a very, very good movie. It's been a good week of movies for me. I'm
So
very thrilled with
Rob
everything.
says that she's playing Maj, and December is her birthday, anniversary, and Hanukkah. She's just
She gets it
she
all.
loads it up at the end of the year.
So good. So smart. Yeah.
An accident of
It's the way
birth
to do
makes
it.
it easy.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, it does. All right. Let's move on. Right at day 18. Right. Because I didn't have a pick. I didn't have a winner from 17. All right. So what is your cup of cheer? So weird. Sounds like the other one, but this one I take more as holiday. Again, my cup of tea, but I'm with you on hot cocoa. I do like hot cocoa. Sometimes it's a little too much caffeine for me, but I love hot cocoa. Being outside, not inside. I get too hot. I just get too
You ever have
schwitzy.
a hot toddy?
Hot toddy? What'd you say?
Is that a thing? I think that's what it's
Hot
called, a hot
toddy is a
toddy.
thing. I don't know what's in it,
Oh, I don't know
but
what's
is
in
that
it
like
either. But a buddy of
hot
mine,
cider or something?
yeah, something like that. A buddy of
Yeah.
mine threw a he was like a aspiring DJ, and he would
Uh-huh.
have like a smoke machine in the basement, and the whole thing would get all like cloudy or what have you. And
Yeah.
his girlfriend at the time would make hot toddies, and they would have this like end of the year party thing. So that would be my
Yeah,
first
but
time tasting those, and they were amazing. And what she
is
said
the hot
was,
toddy like Moscow Mule?
I've no idea. I've no idea what's in it.
I feel
But
like
what she did say was, this is really good for colds and stuff.
Okay, so that sounds like could be cider, or was it on the sweeter side or mentholated side?
I think it was yeah, mentholated side as well, but it
So it
was
was like
warm. It was like a
liquid
warm
Vicks,
drink too.
like a warm Vicks, a
I
warm
mean,
Vicks drink. Yeah, I don't know.
maybe.
I don't
I don't
know.
know.
I don't know either. All
Maybe
right.
Rob will
Well,
know
that
what a
was
hot
day
toddy
2.
is. Let's see
Yeah,
if he
he'd get
knows.
back to us with that. In the meantime, we're going to move on. We're going to move on to welcome our new director of support services, April Key, which is interesting because April kind of came on with us a few months ago in the capacity of administrative assistant. But after working with us, and she still assists in that area as well, we both, like everybody, kind of agreed and saw the writing on the wall that she's very passionate about really being proactive in the community and eliminating this misdiagnosis and underdiagnosing that tends to happen sometimes for people based upon their age or the symptoms that they're describing when they go in with an aortic dissection. And so her passion for recognizing the incredible loss that actually exists for people who have lost a loved one or a family member to aortic disease has really led her to become a second director of support services, specifically in the grief area. So she's going to be doing some work with Kat Langer, and she's going to help produce content for the grief page as well as help moderate our support group meetings. So this is what she had to say. Hello, my name is April Key. I grew up and live in Southeast Kansas. I have a son that's 10 and a daughter that's 14. I met the love of my life in April of 2019. I graduated from Labette Community College in 2020 with an associate's degree in accounting as well as an associate's degree in business administration. My fiance and I bought our first home in September 2021 and prepared for a Las Vegas wedding in 2023. In October of 2022, my life took a turn for the worse when my loving and precious fiance passed away unexpectedly to an aortic dissection at the young age of 32. While aortic dissection was his reason for passing, nobody in the ER knew what was happening to my fiance, even though all the signs were there. Not one single doctor in all of the visits he made in 6 visits in 6 weeks prior to his passing had any idea what was happening to him, let alone that we were about to lose him. After his passing, I knew I needed to do something, anything, to spread awareness of this silent killer. In doing my own research, I found Aortic Hope. I began by signing up to share the story of my love, Randall. From there, I moved up to volunteer with administrative services and administrative duties as necessary for Aortic Hope, and now I'm a director of support services. My journey with Aortic Hope has just begun, but I hope to continue helping Aortic Hope and Think Aorta US with the ultimate goal of spreading awareness and preventing such devastating loss for other families. So we would love to welcome April in her official capacity, and she will begin with the support group meetings as they start now officially on the first Tuesday of every other month beginning in January. So welcome, April.
She's a lovely
We're
person too. She
very
really
happy.
is.
Yeah. Yeah. Very passionate. Really happy to be working with us. And we also know that she is officially joining Think Aorta US as a board member over there in that organization in January as well, since she is so passionate about um, the
Proactive side of
reactive
things,
nature.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's April, and we welcome
We've
April
got
to
a good
Aortic
team
Hope.
over there. Hopefully
Yeah.
they can mesh well and start getting things moving even faster with them.
We're fingers crossed. There's a lot of work to be done in all areas. We have so many things that are going on here, and hopefully with the book launch between the two organizations, we'll see a lot of other additional opportunities for education and awareness with Think Aorta in 2024 as well, which will
Right
be
on.
great.
Right on.
Speaking of which, let's talk about these events. So we still have a lot of events in December, and now well, yeah, this is all. Did I add January yet? No, we
No.
still got to add January. This is all. We just got into December. I'm like, what am I
Just
thinking?
got into
Okay.
December. It's the 18th.
I don't even know. I don't even know. I feel like I just created all of this, like, I don't know, a day ago. All right. So this week we have Aorta Hangouts with Rob and Mindy, who are now officially back on the States, on the ground here. And they will be moderating that as always on Thursdays at 2 p.m. Eastern. It is not a support group meeting, although you must sign up using a support group registration form. You only need to sign up once, and you'll actually be notified of every support group meeting. This way you can decide how you're feeling. Do you want to just hang out and have a crazy fun time starting at 2 p.m., ending whenever? Or do you want to actually attend a support group meeting? And those happen the last Wednesday of every month at 7 p.m. Eastern and the first Tuesday of every month at 12 p.m. Eastern. So, but every single Thursday is a hangout, and we have one this Thursday on the 21st. In addition,
They're a blast.
next Tuesday, not Monday because it is Christmas, but next Tuesday, Tammy will be leading the charge here for the weekend review at 3 p.m. Eastern, as always, going over the another week's worth of hope and joy. And then we have on the 27th our virtual support group meeting at 7 p.m. to close out the year, and another hangout on the 28th. And so soon we will start posting all of our really fun, wonderful events in January. I know as of now we have a live event, possibly 2 scheduled for January. So good stuff that's coming around the bend. Good stuff coming around the bend. So you'll have to come and check it out. And again, if you click the little bell, you'll be notified every time we go live for those events that happen here, like an Ask a Doctor event that's coming in January, the live event with Jack Crow hosting with Dr. Braverman, well-known name within the community, talking about exercise and aortic disease. So a lot of really great stuff
You know
that's
what he
coming up.
told me? He told me
What?
that he picked up a ring light and a microphone. So
Very good.
hopefully we're going to be stepping up the quality of his audio,
I
and
like
that'll
it.
be fantastic. He's such a
I
great
like it.
host that I want people to be able to hear him clearly.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be wonderful. I'm hoping, I know we need to talk more about this. I'm hoping to have a conversations with Karen, because you know how much I love talking into my microphone, my new fancy schmancy. So we'll see. We'll see where that goes. We got a lot of fun stuff. We got a lot of very exciting things to announce. The very first time we hit it here in January, lots of great things happening in 2024, but we still have so much to go still in December. And that is it. Doo-doo-doo. Another
Great
one in
show.
the books. Good stuff. Fun stuff. Now I may be thinking about hot toddies and I don't know, all kinds of foods and hard-boiled eggs and steak. Thanks, Molly, for
It's what's
popping
up.
in. Thank you, Rob, for popping in. Please extend our happy birthday wishes again to your wife, Mindy, and Joshua.
Right on. We did it.
We did it. High five. There you go.